Turn out the lights, close your eyes, turn up the silence, the heartache of your life. Dance forever under the lights, this brutal love.
Okay. Well, there was this one time I was in a treatment center up in Reno. It was called like Willow Springs, and I was kind of like recovering from a bunch of like mental illness stuff. And there was this guy in my hall, and he just kept kind of like harassing me, and he was there for 3 weeks, and then he left, and he just kept calling me sexy and like calling me out all the time. And I would like play cards with him, and when I like bent over to pick up a card, he'd be like, pull up your shirt, like I can see like your boobs. I'm like, dude, that's really uncomfortable. And he just kind of wouldn't leave me alone, and I told him like a lot of times to stop talking to me about that, and he just like would not stop. And he's like, calm down, like I'm leaving soon. But that didn't really make anything any better. And it's definitely like worse because I'm gay, so it was like extra uncomfortable. And he knew I was into girls, so he obviously knew that I wasn't gonna respond to that. So in the end, I feel like he was really aware that he was harassing me.
Yeah, people tell me to cover up all the time, but I don't really care. 'Cause it's not like, it's kind of just like it's their problem if they tell me to cover up. It's not really my problem. I could care less what they think, so.
I remember when I went to Maui for spring break, there was this one night, after I had spent all day on the beach, I was still in my bathing suit, and I was waiting at the crosswalk, and these two guys, I think they were about 20 maybe, they stopped in their car to let me by, and they started whistling and yelling things about my body, and it was kind of scary a little bit. It made me feel kind of embarrassed about how I looked, and it made me honestly really uncomfortable. So I walked about halfway across the street and then got really scared and actually started running faster to the beach, because I thought that would make them stop yelling at me, but they didn't, and they kept yelling all the way to the beach. And stuff like that, people always kind of think that that's some type of compliment and that girls should take it as a compliment, when really it kind of makes me feel violated, like, or embarrassed, like I shouldn't be that exposed or that I was somehow doing something wrong.
Yeah. How does rape culture affect young women in our country? That's what you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that it affects them in a really unconscious way. I think that it's like almost like a cloak of they can't be as authentic as they would like to be. They can't be truly genuine in who they are. They have to be sort of guarded. And I think it makes them feel maybe more defensive or in a stance of being defended and not feeling welcomed with all people. Makes them feel maybe more vulnerable, more inferior, and possibly even just bullied by another part of the culture. So, but mostly I think it just makes them feel less accepted because they can't wear what they want to wear, act the way they want to act, and be accepted. They're on guard.
Come on out and dance if you get the chance.
school trip, we went to Europe, and we were having dinner with these nuns, but we weren't like told that we were having dinner that night. So we were all wearing like kind of like normal looking skirts for like tam kids or whatever. And so we were wearing these like skirts, and then the nun, when we were leaving, the nun like came out and she was talking to us in like European, telling us that we couldn't wear the skirts and that like it was inappropriate. And then she like pulled up our skirts and like slapped us really really hard. And then she like cussed out our teacher and told us to never let us leave go into any public situation looking like that ever again.